And good morning, people. Welcome back to the Legend of Dragoon. We've faced up against Lloyd. We've got the reason why Wink protected him. And we found out that Emperor Diaz has become active. And for some reason has taken away Shana. Why? Well, it got someone's attention. Dart. And because of that, we are going through a snowfield to get to Velweb, where Emperor Diaz is waiting. It might not be hell, or Helena, but this place is cold, cold, cold. The snowfield is exactly what you think it is. It's snowy. And there are new enemies. You'd think, snowfield, water enemies. There must be plenty of them. No, you're wrong. You might think, oh, this is a Yeti, water enemy. No, you're wrong. It's a wild man, and it's electric based. And the bowling is non-elemental. These two are the most prevalent enemies here, up where we are at the moment. The bowlings like to power up, I believe, and the wildmans do use thunder attacks. And if I hit my additions, which I really need to, it might help. Yeah, Rose is with us. Kongol has 20 additions before I'm done with him, so I've taken him out for now. I will be getting those last 20 additions at some point, and I do need to get him up to Dragoon level 5, but that's for my last little bit of addition grinding later. Rose is here mostly because I want to make sure I get her addition right, because I'm going to need it. Yeah, bowling's hit pretty hard, 281. Both Rose and Meru have therapy rings attached to them at the moment, so they're healing every turn, and Dart has plenty of health. Yeah, they have pretty much good defense as well. So that's the majority. They're the majority of the enemies in this place. There is another one, but we'll be going down to that in a bit. Burnout. That's pretty much useless here. Before we go any further, though, Lloyd has something to tell us. And since we're in the middle of a blizzard, yeah, let's take a bit of refuge. We don't really need the rest because we've got pretty much full health, but not going through a blizzard to get to Diaz. Sounds like a good idea. Make the world regenerate. Is that their ideal? Is this their goal? Ah, Cadessa. This must be when you got the Dragon Buster, because, well, let's face it, it was meant to be hidden here with the Dragon Block Staff, and it seems that maybe it was Diaz that handed the Dragon Buster over to Lloyd. Same smell as the world ruled by Melbu Frama, the total leader of the Winglies back in ancient times. The overture has already begun. May very well be. There's not as much magic in the world as there was before. Is that part of the evolution? Or is it just the fact that it's no longer required? Not only Winglies, but actually all species are facing. And that's where the 108th species comes into play. The last god who will regenerate the world and into utopia. Not sure how regeneration of the world is a utopia when basically it, but yeah. Count 108 years, and when the everlasting moon glows as red, the moon child descends to the earth and shall give a holy blessing to the world. I've heard it 3 or 4 times now. Note that number. 108 is no coincidence. The moon child is that last species, arriving to do what is essentially his job. It's not true though. Why does the black monster continue to kill the moon child? Stop the evolution. Stop the light of the regeneration from happening. Okay, so what's the relationship between the divine moon objects and the moon child? Ah, so the Winglies originally sealed up the 108th species. And to remove the seal, the gem, the dagger and the mirror, which are named after the moon, came to pass. Lloyd didn't do it, someone else will, namely Emperor Diaz. That's a good question, Dart. What is Shana to you? Yeah, we'll find out in their web. Not exactly the answer Dart was looking for. Blizzard's done. You still might want to put her on some more clothes, Meru. But that is essentially our heal spot if we need it, which we might. However, yeah, there's a little bit of a fork in the road. You don't see it, and it's not that one up the top. I'm not actually sure where that leads to. But there's a fork in the road. And it's over at this here. Danger ahead, snow slides. The hard part about this is making sure you get all the items. Just like that one. There's two or three items there, and I really want them all. So, yeah, I need to go down a few times, but we do want to come down here anyway. Ancient characters of the Winglies. Winglies Ouch Moss. Okay. Human characters there as well. And Gargantos. Why is this said in pretty much all languages? Well, when in doubt, go to those. The cursed land where the decline of the Winglies began. Nobody is allowed to touch the door. The Judge Nomos of the court of Xenobartos. One of the most prosperous cities in the ancient Winglies. Is it there? No. Fort Magrad. Velweb is back up there. Sure, we are going there, but we want to head into Fort Magrad after I've got all the items. So yeah, I need to go back up and then slide down again. Because those two items are pretty tempting. These are the other two enemies that are in this area. You usually find them down the bottom of the snow slope. Windy Weasel and Mr. Bone. Windy Weasels are pretty much your typical dodgy wind affair. And yeah, they have a little bit low health, but they're not too bad. They do like to use wind attacks when they're low on health, though. Thank you for missing. Meru, that's not how you hit a weasel. You've got the hammer right, but not the rest of it. I've done terrible with additions already. Yay, this is going to go great. Mr. Bones aren't really that bad. They throw bones, and when they're low health they do like to use to actually slash with their swords, but that's about it. Now if I can actually get the additions right, well, the counters right, I'll be fine. So let's make our way up. There are 2 treasure chests on the way up. Burning Wave, which is meh, and Gushing Magma, so lots of fire stuff in a place which doesn't have water enemies. I am going to sell them though, because good for selling. Okay, so that's what the cave was for. Yeah, so you go back all the way up here and you jump off the cave, off the edge. Anyways, this is going to take a few tries because I'm not entirely certain of the way to get the best way to get all these. So yeah, give me a moment. Right, yes, no, yes, yes, should get you this one for the magic shield, which is great. Magic shield is essentially the same as the physical shield, just for magic. I don't think that really needed to be said, but yeah. So yeah, power up, speed up, speed down, magic shield, material shield, pandemonium, magic signature stone. The only thing we're missing is the power down. Huh. Because yeah, there's 9 repeatable items. We've got 7. Not too bad. I do need to go up again because I need that last item though. Yeah, one moment. Or I could find the last enemy, the white ape. Yeah, 5 enemies in this place. You know what? I'm gonna use this gushing magma because why not? White apes are earth based, so again, another enemy that isn't water based, but yeah, Meru doesn't care about that. Her magic stat is pretty good after all, and I get an attack ball in response. I might just throw that for the funds. Yetis, I think they're most like. I think they do hit hard, but that's about it. Okay. No. Yes. No. Yes. From the far right. And yeah. This the dancer's ring is exactly what you think it is. We've got the dancer's shoes, we've got the bandit's ring. Yeah, the dancer's ring is women only. Increases agility by 20. Yes. It is pretty absurd. Especially, let's just say I put it onto Meru. And she can have 110 speed. She loses the therapy ring. She loses the health per turn. But at that speed, do you care about getting your health back every turn? When you can just defend and likely do the same thing and still have another turn, almost immediately come up. Yeah. The other option is, of course, Rose, who I am actually going to give that to. Dart can have the therapy ring for the moment. Or do I want to keep... honestly, yeah, just keep have the therapy ring. So right now, Rose is 75 agility, Meryl is 90. I've got a couple of speedy ladies there, which is actually exactly what I want. Let's land on my feet. So, Fort McGrad. Meru, why did you just fall over onto your face? We don't. And we're not doing it for Meru's sake either. Although that was a pretty good shot. Good question. No, Fort McGrad belonged to the humans. Where Diaz actually declared war against the Winglies. Sure, Rose. Yeah, we are going to keep going. because although we've got no real business here, we want to be here. So what do we want to be here for? Well, the Midnight Terror, although that's what fear on that one enemy, that's not exactly great. Rose seems to be playing a big part here, but that's not really a surprise. Dragoons are descending here in this place again. Jay? Oh, this is more memory for you now than anything else, Rose. Just remembering a few things. That's all. Yeah, we probably shouldn't need, don't need to be here. Doesn't mean change the fact that we are here. And we are going forward. I don't need that Midnight Terror. I really don't. I don't need the Stunning Hammer either. That's just as useless. So yeah, that Stunning Hammer's going to go. And this is probably going to be another status item. Yeah, Poison Needle. I had a feeling it was that. But that's fine. There's a save point down here. Interesting. And we'll get to the reason why we're down here next time. This is completely optional for us to do. There's this little bit of dialogue and story that we've had with Rose. This isn't, you don't need to come down here to do this. But it gives a little bit of information about Rose. Someone we don't really know a whole lot of, even though she's been with us for the majority of the game. We've got ideas of what she is. But no one in this party knows what Rose was. She hasn't been open about it. The only hints we've had of her are in these little snippets of cutscenes that we've had. So let's learn a little bit more about her, because this place is connected to her and her past. Until then, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. Goodbye.